Hi, we're at the Dolfini residence today, and I wanted to give you guys an update on our garden. On the last garden tour, we showed what we had growing. I just wanted to show you how much growth we've gotten. These are Tomatillo plants. I did not even know what they were at first because we threw some mulch from the mulch bin in the garden to help feed, and all these plants started popping up. So I was actually on a video with my buddy the other day, and he showed me a tomatillo that he had planted, and it looked exactly the same. So, and we do have one tomatillo under here that we've found. So I know for a fact it's a tomatillo plant. There it is. And this thing just seems to be getting bigger and bigger. So I want to reiterate again, I've grown gardens here for 7 years in this area. The wood chips have really helped, azomite, and I've been using a lot of moringa leaf powder as fertilizer, as well as eggshell powder that I cook and grind up. So a lot of organic gardening, no chemicals have been used in this garden. So move on to the Armenian cucumbers. As it heats up, these things have really started to grow. As you can see, they wrap themselves around the cage and start putting off flowers. So next couple of weeks, I've seen a few small cucumbers on it. Nothing that is taken yet, but they've really exploded as far as growth. So really excited about that. Love these cucumbers. And right here is our zucchini plants. I don't know if you remember the last video. We talked about how this one here was planted by seed, and this one over here that's farther away from us here was planted as a small plant. And this one is way ahead of schedule of this one that's closest to us. The one I planted by seed here does not have any zucchini on it yet, but it is starting to flower. So big healthy leaves on it. So it's doing well, and I think it's going to start producing soon. And over here are two tomato plants that we have. This is a cherry tomato plant that has started to produce. We took some cherry tomatoes off of it the other day. Haven't gotten as big as I hoped, but we will see. It's been very hot. It's been 106 degrees here today in Arizona, which is way above normal, but the plants are still hanging in there. This is an early girl. We have our first tomato on the early girl plant, so it looks like it's going to ripen. I think these ripen one of the quickest ripening tomatoes. I think this ripens within 60 to 65 days. So, and here is the zucchini plant that we planted as a small plant that has just taken off. I mean, it's huge. It's taken over the garden. And we've been getting some zucchini. Here's one that's almost ready to pull. We could probably pull it today, but I'll probably give it another day. If you look in here, there's another small one that has started. And there's another little one here that has began as well. So this plant has been doing really, really good. Really happy with the growth on this thing. So one thing I would like to mention is, like, a lot of these plants seem to be popping up from our mulch bin. I recommend everybody mulches. Get a mulch bin, an old trash can or barrel or something, and throw all of your scraps in there. Every year I seem to just get random plants that pop up and grow. A couple years ago I had eggplant that popped up all over the garden, and it lasted all summer long, and we just ate eggplant for 4 or 5 months straight. So not only does it help feed the garden, but you end up getting other plants that you weren't planning on, and you get a lot of produce from it. So we're now going to take you over to the tomato plant that's been growing under and give you an update on this plant over here. It's been growing under the patio, and we did a short video on the mysterious tomato plant. So still doing well. If you can see next to me, I mean, it's almost as tall as me now, and it doesn't appear to be slowing down. If you can come around here and pan and just look at how many tomatoes. There's probably a cluster of 15 or 20 here. They're all over with green tomatoes everywhere. Every day we come out, we get at least 5 to 10 new tomatoes that have ripened. And again, azomite, eggshell powder, moringa powder, and I threw some mulch from the mulch bin on top of it to help feed it. These plants have had no other food, and they're doing really, really well. And just for fun, let's go back over here to our peach tree, and if you can back up and show them just how tall this thing is getting. This thing is just getting absolutely huge. It just does not want to stop growing. And I water this tree once a week, and we give it some fish emulsion. Actually, it's hydrolyzed fish fertilizer, and that stuff actually seems to work a little bit better than the fish emulsion that I've been using in the past. I think it's cold pressed, and so they say that it has a lot more enzymes that are still active that help feed the soil. So by feeding the trees this fish fertilizer about every 3 weeks, and like I said, just giving it some organic feeding of eggshells when I get them and moringa powder, this thing is well over 10 feet now. So that's all I have for today, and we're planning on doing an update video on our fruit trees coming up soon. I'd also like to just do a video that focuses on all of our shade trees that we've been planting. We've been trying to get shade built up around here and build just a small ecosystem with just kind of around the food forest. So until our next video, thank you for watching.